Alright, good morning everybody. We are out on Bear Creek Reservoir again. Today I'm going to try something different. I only brought 2 trolling rods. So what I'm going to try and do is do a lot more finesse type fishing, casting and fishing for some of the walleye, largemouth, and perch up in this lake. Water temps are just below 70, they're 69.5. I'm going to start with this Northland 1/4 ounce jig and a little 3-inch paddle tail. Working in around 10 to 12 feet of water in a part of the lake I've never fished before because I don't typically fish like this, but we'll give it a shot, see if we can't get a walleye or a saugeye, some largemouth, or a perch in the boat today. So thanks for tuning in, hope you enjoy the video. Alright, here's going to be the new program. I'm going to run this Worden's spinning glow bottom walker. Then I've just got a Indiana blade gold hammered with a white worm on there. I'm going to start trolling this around the areas where I've seen some fish, and then since I got that follow on that rip and wrap, they might like that vibration action with a little bit of the bead rattle in there. So I'm going to troll that Berkley Flicker minnow, or I'm sorry, Flicker Shad behind that, or not behind it, but next to it. So hopefully one of these will pick up a bite, and then I'll start dialing in a program from there. But another day where I failed doing the warm water fishing with the typical tactics here. So we'll try to go back to what I know and see if I get some fish on the boat. Well, I got that bottom walker on. Been going for about, I don't know, 4 minutes, and I'm already hooked up here. So hopefully it's the fish I'm after. We're down in 18 feet of water. Yeah, look at that. That looks like a sauger. Awesome. Right on. Well, that makes my day. I have never had luck catching these in this lake at all. And there we go. Shut that trolling motor off. Pretty looking fish. Oh, there we go. Off in the net. Here he is right there. Nothing crazy, you know, maybe a little 13-incher, but that's what I came here for. So grab a picture of this guy and get him back in the water. Down he goes. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get this set back up here. Ready to drop her down. So let's see, there we go. We were trolling about 1.2 miles an hour in 18 to 16 feet of water. That bottom walker weighs about 1.5 ounces with the spinning glow on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and reset this back up. See if we can't get another one on here. Oh, my clicker. Gotta reset my clicker. Well, I just pulled this one in. I just snapped a 2-ounce snap weight on my Berkley Flicker Shad, and this guy came right up. So put him back. I'm not gonna decide what I'm gonna use next because they're both working. I'll show off the color. All right, sorry about that. I was dealing with a snag on my bottom bouncer rig, but this is what I caught that second one on. Just a number 5 Berkley Flicker Shad. I don't know if it's called a chrome clown or what. What I did was I just casted it out, casting distance, clipped in a 2-ounce snap weight and dropped it until I couldn't see it anymore, and left it there. And within a couple minutes, boom, there's a fish on. So we're just gonna keep both of these going at this point and see how many more we can get in the boat, or see if one of them starts outperforming the other one. So I just cast it out, take my snap weight, I'll clip it on my line, And I'll just watch over the side. I'll drop it until I can't see it. Put it in the rod holder. And we're fishing. So that's how I caught that second one. We'll see if we can't get a couple more in the boat here. I don't know what it is about this little area. I catch a fish and then I get snagged. That's just a real little guy. It's probably last year's fish. So I think there's a tree, or a down tree I should say. Well, I think I just got another little one here on the Flicker Shad. Yeah, he's surfing in back there. I got snagged up pretty good in the same spot just now. That was the last place I got broke off, so I had to re-rig everything. Well, this here is actually a little rainbow trout, so much as I love fishing for trout, it's not what we're fishing for today. He's probably just stocked back there in that beginning of the month stock. Let him go. Same method though. Cast it out, snapping that 2-ounce snap weight till I can't see it anymore, and you're fishing. Well, I mean, that's just kind of a way for me to track it since I don't have all my trolling gear with me. It's going to be dependent on your water clarity and the depth of fish that you're seeing, but that just happens to work for me today in the moment. So just got hit on this one here. Oh, he's still on there. Must just be a little guy. I can barely feel him back there. Oh yeah. Just another little walleye, or a Saugeye. Jeez, super little. Let's see here. There we go. That might have been the smallest fish I've ever caught. But just goes to show you what we're doing here is still working. I was worried I lost my window there with getting snagged up there and having to deal with that and re-rig all my stuff, but all the fish we're catching are about probably within maybe a 50-yard radius of each other. So we'll just keep this going. I don't know if we're gonna catch anything much bigger than the first two I got in here, the 12, 13-inch ones, but it's all right. I just wanted to come out and get a few fish in the boat for the day and finish up my weekend catching fish. I will say I fished this lake, I think, maybe 5 or 6 times now. This is the clearest I've seen the water, which is good, because I know back 2 years ago they had a pretty bad green-blue algae bloom. Last year the water was okay, not very clear at all, maybe 2 or 3 feet of visibility, but this year seems to be doing really well. We're probably closer to 5 or 6 feet visibility depending on which part of the lake you're at, and the fish seem healthy, so maybe they just had to bounce back from that rough year a couple years ago. But can't beat catching some Saugeye for the first time I'm on this lake. Well, this lake is a double-edged sword. I get snagged and then I catch a fish, so tiny guy, but still a fish. I went from never being able to catch one of these Saugeye to catching, geez, I think I'm at 6 now, 5 or 6 now. But not at the cost of snagging 3 times. So even though they're small, it still feels good. I'll put a link in the description below to the lures that I'm using, the gear that I'm using, everything that's working for me here, so that if you guys ever come fish Bear Creek Lake, or you guys have similar lakes where you guys are watching from, then you can try these techniques out. Luckily I didn't break off on that one, so we'll get this set back up. Nope. And get back out there. So just a little bit of info on, I guess, the lake itself. This is about a, I don't know, 200 acre feet size lake. It's in one of our little city parks here. We're close to where we live. It has shallow feet, or it has little shallow bays up to, 8 feet or so. It has, I would say, a couple of these little main basins. That is what we're fishing right now, where they'll have a drop off from that shallow basin, drop from 15 feet, and then it's a pretty much steady drop into the main basin of the lake, which is about 35 feet. I think there's some spots, depending on what the water level is, 40 feet. But it's all gradual. So we're just fishing that intermediate basin, I guess you could call it. Water temps are just ticked over 71 degrees now, so they've warmed up a little bit since we've been out here. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, I don't know. Elevation, we're about 5,300 feet high. It's gonna be supposed to be in the 90s today, mid 90s as far as air temp goes. Had a clear morning, hardly any clouds in the sky. Starting to get some clouds to the west of us. But other than that, that's kind of the details on the lake, the area that we're fishing, and the places on the lake that we're fishing. So, well, as soon as I got back out there, I'm willing to bet this is a trout, just with the way it was head shaking down there. It feels a little heavier, so if it is a Saugeye, that would be awesome. Nope, wow, it's actually another nice Saugeye. Look at that. This guy. So that is the first big one, I would say, on the Flicker Shad. And big is a relative term for where we're fishing here, but there it is. Just another little 13, 14 incher. It's got the white on the pec fins and this bottom anal fin here, so that's how it tells me that it's a Saugeye. And all the state stocks in here are Saugeyes, so unless they're going upstream, I guess this would be downstream from a lake to the west of us, then that's it. Let this guy go. I was surprised the way that thing was head shaking. That was like a rainbow trout type of fight. I don't usually get that much of a fight out of walleyes, or in this case saugeyes, but I'll take it. That one's got to be close to being suspended though, because I can see my weight on my transducer or my fish finder as I'm making turns across my beam path, and it's showing my weight, or it's actually showing my lure down there at like 15 feet, 16 feet. So either that fish came up off bottom and snagged that Berkley up, or he was a little bit suspended off bottom. So either way, nice fish. This is what I was talking about with my weight crossing the transducer beam there. You can see it right at, I'd say my weight's probably down there at 11 feet now. And my lure is going to be diving, you know, probably 7 or 8 feet below that. So that would put it a few feet off bottom. I've been out for just over 3 hours now. So I'm going to troll my way back to the boat ramp, see if we get any other fish on the way in. But if you guys have any questions about today or what we're fishing with, how we're doing, leave a comment down below. If you like the video, make sure to like, and if you want to come back and see some more videos like this and some boat tech stuff, make sure to subscribe. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and if you catch any more fish, you're going to see them here shortly. Thanks, guys. Oh, there's one. On the way back to the boat ramp. Let's see if he's still on there. Yep, he's still on there. Oh, just a tiny little guy. That's all right. Oh, that's actually a perch. Look at that, bonus fish. That was the first warm water fish species I've ever caught out of this lake. I think it was last year that I caught it. And then now I get this guy here. Nothing to write home about, but still pretty cool that they're out here or in here. Little perch.